Welcome to a yoga Pilates mashup. We are doing Yogalates. So if you see this on the schedule, that's what this is. So yoga and Pilates are obviously both mind-body exercises. So I'll do a combination through the whole class. Sometimes it'll just be purely yoga. Sometimes it'll be just purely Pilates. So why are we changing? Because of feedback, right? When you tell us what you like, what you want more of, we deliver. So I'm Karen. This is your 30 minutes for yourself. So be glad that you're here, and let's just get started warming up. So feet more than shoulder distance apart. Let's take some nice sunflower poses. Inhaling up, arms high to the sky, bend the knees, exhale down and sweep. Inhale up, salute to the sun, exhale down and sweep. Inhale up, exhale down. Take in that big breath that we're going to use, we're going to need. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time, just like that. Inhale up, exhale down, and relax that. Let's drop the right ear to the right shoulder. You can press your arms down, or you can take both of your hands over to the left hip. Okay, take a bind over on the left side, drops the shoulder, keeps it down, and just make some gentle circles in front of your face. You want to loosen up at the neck, reverse the circles, and then come to center. We'll switch hands over to the right hip, drop the other ear, and just feel that stretch, feel it go down your shoulder. And if you want more, again, make those circles. We are almost all through January. Last Thursday in January, reverse the circles. If you can make it through January in Minnesota, you could make it through anything. That's my motto. Nice, nice. So just loosen that, both sides. Okay, so here's a little way to relax the central nervous system, and we're getting a twist. So look out over your right shoulder. Find a spot. Notice how far you can stretch your neck. Coming back to center and over the other shoulder. On the other side, just notice how far it goes. Come back to center. Look straight ahead. And just turn your gaze, just your eyeballs, to the right and create a yawn. Activate that vagus nerve. Then look over to your left and create a yawn. And then let's come to ragdoll with the arms. So be super aware of your core. So we're not just swinging from side to side like this away. We're just being very sensitive, body aware, I'll say, about moving from the center. Here's a little Pilates intention. So up and to the side, but really focusing on the power of and the strength of your core, the barrel around the middle. So flowing twist. And then relax your arms down. And now let's look over the right shoulder and just notice how much further you can turn your neck back to center. Same thing over the left shoulder. Just notice that all of a sudden, just by those little bit of exercises that we did, that feels different. Okay, let's meet at the top of the mat as we would in a traditional sun salutation, starting at the very top. Inhale up, maybe hands together today. Lift the heart to the sky. We're getting a gentle back bend, a full body stretch. Exhale down, hands to mat, forward fold. Halfway lift up, just ever so slightly. You can come to your shins. You can stay down low. Bending again, hands to mat, pushing back. to downward facing dog. Give yourself 3 breaths in your dog. We're just starting out, lifting the hips up high, stretching through the back of the legs. Maybe you do a little bit of pedaling. Armpits are open to the mat, shoulders are down. Exhale to your chaturanga or to your high plank or your kneeling plank. Pressing into your fingertips, coming to your chaturanga dandasana, the hover or the kneeling hover. Coming up to another back extension, cobra, up dog, looking up at the sky. Pushing back into downward facing dog. Feel the front and back of your spine. Left foot forward, right foot back. Low lunge, feel the lunge. Release the left arm, gentle twist up. Hand comes back to the mat, pushing back into dog, right foot forward, low lunge. Reaching the right arm up, twist in our low lunge. Hand to mat. Let's pop that back foot forward, hanging in your forward fold. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, lifting up through the back of the legs, high to the sky. One more time, flat back, shoulders back. Monkey pose, we can be high, we can be low, bending through the knees, saving the back, inhaling up. Salute to the sun. Staying here. Spinal flexion, reaching the arms. So this is the view, front view. Over to the right side. Center, over to the left side. Back to center. And then goalpost arms, heart to sky, gentle back bend, open the throat. Take a few breaths. Bringing those arms back up high to the sky. Exhale down and swan dive, popping back to your downward facing dog, coming to your tabletop. So that's how we got here. So coming to your tabletop, we've already stretched the front and the back of the spine in our sun salutation. Let's continue articulating that. Toes tucked under, feet flat, hands directly under shoulders and elbows. Inhaling into your cow, feeling it. Exhaling up to your cat. Squeeze the butt cheeks, open the shoulder blades. Dip back into your cow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Couple more times, feeling the strength of your spine in the front and in the back. You cannot be healthy if your spine is not healthy, right? Twistable, bendable, forwardable, bendable, backable. Flexing from side to side, lengthening and strengthening. Nice. So come back to the table, wag your tail, wag your shoulders, and we're going to come to puppy dog. So puppy dog pose, just like it sounds like a dog bowing. My dog Pippa does this every morning. She does a down dog and an up dog, and then she does the puppy bow, like come play with me. So knees are under hips, toes can be tucked under or flat, and we're reaching our hands out long, and we're lifting the butt to the sky. We're bringing the armpits to the earth, and we're getting this nice long extension through the spine. Feel it in your shoulders for sure. Breathe through this. And then let's release. Let's bring those hands back underneath the shoulders. Let's wag the tail back and forth and the shoulders. And let's just take the left leg up high to the sky. So sunbird leg. So the hips are closed. I'm not opening up the hip here. I'm going to reach back with my right hand, grabbing onto that foot. This is a great place for a strap. And then I'm going to look out over the right shoulder. So I'm pressing my foot into my hand. My knee is in alignment with the hips. And I'm getting a huge stretch to the quadricep of the left foot. Opening up, and let's release that. Same thing on the right side. So you can just bring your leg up and hold like this. This would be the gentle version. Or reach back with your left hand. Take your ankle in your hand, look behind you. Open up at the chest. Pressing your foot into your hand, really getting it good in your quad on the right. And let's just release that. Let's widen the stance, wide legs, bring the hips towards the heels. So we're coming into child's pose. In Pilates, this is called shell. And so in Pilates, instead of just relaxing into it, so you can do either way, instead of just letting it go, in Pilates, we're still kind of zipping up through the core. So we're picturing ourselves with our belly button strong. We're picturing ourselves zipping up the pelvic floor muscles. It's just a little bit different, a little bit more body awareness, a little bit more intense than just melting into the mat like we would in a traditional child's pose. So you do what works for you right now. Zip up your pelvic floor. Relax your hips back. And let it go. Okay. Back to our tabletop. We're coming back to the downward facing dog, but we're coming up into a bear plank. So our hands stay underneath. Our knees are under our hips, and we're just lifting the knees off the mat. Therein lies the bear. So zipping up at your core, noticing the strength here, pushing up into downward facing dog. So nice way to feel your dog, notice what's happening. So inhaling, right leg high to the sky, bending the right knee to the outside of the right wrist. Right knee comes to right wrist. And then we go high to the sky. Two more times like that. Right knee to right wrist. High to the sky. Squeezing at the waist. Knee to wrist. And back up again. And this time we're going to just plop that right foot behind the left and flow to a high plank or a kneeling plank. So butts are down in our high plank. A lot of times in studio, I'll see people doing a thing. Okay, it's either down dog or it's high plank. It's not something in between. Pushing back into downward facing dog. Okay, so lifting the hips up high. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So inhaling, left leg high to the sky, bend the left knee. Left knee comes outside the left wrist. Show it to you on this side. And send that leg up high. And then come again. Left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Squeeze at the waist. One more time. Squeeze. Back up. And drop that foot behind the right foot. And just flow to your high plank or your kneeling plank. And push back to your straddle down dog, walking your feet to the edges of the mat, bringing your hands a little closer to your feet, and just hold the straddle. And breathe. Butts go high, legs go long. Walking the hands a little bit closer to the feet, bending through the knees, inhaling up. Salute to the sun. Okay, we're opening up into our horse pose. And we're going to do what's called rainbow. I was going to say butterfly. Next to unicorn. So, opening up into horse. Our knees are bent to the sides. You can have hands at heart. This is all about inner thigh work. Hands in front, hands down, hands at heart. You decide where it works for you. I'm going to go wide in this stance. So first find your horse, then lift your left leg, your left toes off the mat, bending into your right knee, and feel that stretch all the way down. Come back to center, come back up, and switch sides. Yikes. I'm feeling it. I don't know about you. So a couple more times, just sinking down low, stretching the inner thigh. Last time. And then we're just going to go wide, come all the way up, go wide in your stance again. So we're in our horse. And then we're going to come into our garland. So garland pose is a squat pose. You could stack 5 blocks underneath you. That'll be me when I'm 85 years old. I will be stacking 5 blocks to do this pose. Okay? So knees are bent. You can stay high. You can go low. Yogi squat, garland, hands down. You could lift your heels here. You could shift the weight. So do what works for you, right? This is a good one to do on a chair, right? Open up the hips. That's what we're getting here, hip opener. And let's just lift straight up. And let's bring those legs together. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to come into our warrior 2. So taking your left foot at the short end of the mat, pointing your right toes to the right. We're going to do a flowing warrior 2. Okay, so again, we're really going to focus on the core. So what exactly are people talking about when they say that? Right under your bottom ribs to your top of your hips. Everything in the front, back, and sides. The barrel in the middle. Okay, right knee bent. Shoulders are down. So really think about your strength here. Let's reach out, back to center, and let's reach back. So again, just core awareness, reach out, center, and behind. This time reach out and come down to side angle. So here in our side angle, your arm can be up, you can be in a bind, you can have your arms like this away, you can have a block right here, anything you want for side angle. Open up at the inner thigh. We already stretched that out pretty wicked. So that should feel okay. Let's take a bind with the left arm and let's look up at the sky. Open up, pull their left shoulder back, open up the right thigh, and breathe. Stay with me here. Really focus on the obliques. Lift the arm up, lift up, and just switch sides. So same thing. This way we're looking at the left. And again, we're going to activate through the core just to be core-minded. Forward and back, forward reach, and back. One more time. Nice. So strong warrior 2, coming down to your strong side angle pose, however you like it to be. Open up at the inner thigh, wiggle your toes, zip up your pelvic floor, zip up your tinky muscles. That's a seal in the body. There's a seal at your throat as well. And there's the foot seal to the earth. Let's take a bind with our right arm, look up, and take a twist, pulling your right shoulder back, feeling it more in the left inner thigh. And breathe. And let's release this. Let's bring that arm up. Let's inhale up, strength of the core, and let's come forward. We're going to take the 2 toes pointing out to the side. High horse, right? We're not going low here. Let's bring the arms behind the shoulders. And again, we're just going to open up here at the side body, stretch, center, stretch, center. So standing Pilates. Open up at the side body. Strong core muscles. And what else could you do? Up, center, up, center. What are we getting? Spinal flexion. One more time. And then we'll come back to center and shake that out. Let's come back to our top of the mat sun salutation. Inhale up. Salute to the sun, the yang, the D, the vitamin D. Swan dive down, hands to mat. Push back into your downward facing dog. Coming into your high plank or your kneeling plank, your chaturanga dandasana or your kneeling, your cobra or some version of up dog, pushing back into child's pose. Wide-legged, big toes together, palms face each other. And just take a breath. You can zip up your belly button to your spine if you want. Kind of practice a little pulsing that way, or just let it go. Nice and easy. Let's walk the hands towards the feet. Let's sweep the legs in front. And we'll take our right leg forward, cross the left leg over, sitting up nice and tall. So that right leg is in Tadasana pose. If you had to stand on that leg, you could, toes to the sky. And we're just going to take a twist here, reaching the left arm up and back, and just place it behind you wherever it feels right, at the midline, behind your hip. Maybe you take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Maybe you just hold on to it. Maybe you just hold the pose here. Maybe you continue the twist over your left shoulder. You do as much or as little of this as you like. Twists are invigorating, so if this is happy good morning to you, this gets you set up for the day. If you have a low moment at the end of the day, take a twist. It'll get you the energy that you want. Okay, back to center, switching legs. Left leg out long and straight, right leg across. What if the right leg doesn't go across? Just put it right there, right? I tell everyone, if you're going to keep practicing yoga, and my intention is to practice yoga until I am dead, you're going to keep modifying your poses. So, inhaling your right arm up, back, and down, right behind your right butt cheek, either holding on, keeping that knee at the midline, or maybe placing your elbow on the outside of your right thigh. You can do the hand signals, you can do yoga mudras, yogi poses with your hands, and then continue the twist. If you want, you can just turn your head and look behind you. The past is behind you. Leave it alone. So feel that nice deep twist, and let's release that. We're going to come down to the mat, and we're going to do it in a Pilates way. So a Pilates way of coming down is and we're going to come back up again. So I'm going to keep my knees bent. That's protecting my low back. And I'm going to come down ever so slowly. If at any point your low back says, oh no, you roll all the way down. So we go slowly. You can even lift up and then come back down a little bit. Again, what is this doing? It is working, activating your core. So you do what works for you. My shoulders are open like a cat stretch. My low back is round. So again, at any point, you can do that kind of Pilates hesitation. I'm going, I'm not going, I'm coming, I'm not coming. I had a garage door that used to do this in the wintertime. And then I'm coming all the way down. Nice. So knees are bent, feet are flat, and I'm going to reach towards my right foot with my right hand, come back to center, and then reach for my left foot with my left hand. So your shoulders are slightly off the mat. And again, you got it. This is core work. This is oblique stretching, and we're also getting spinal flexion, right? So what's happening with your spine? We're turning it from side to side last time. And then just relax that. Okay, knees bent over hips. You can bring your arms out into a T, palms down. We want to really keep the spine strong, and we're going to turn the knees over to the right, stretch the legs, come back, to center and over to the left. Stretch the legs, come back to center. What else could you do? You could have both feet flat on the mat right here, and you could just do a flowing twist. Okay, here we're working the core. So stretch as much or as little as you like. If you don't want to reach your legs out, if that hurts your low back, you're not doing it, right? So think about your belly button strong, because that keeps you thinking about your core. Last time. Nice. Legs back to center, legs high to the sky. Press through the heels. Let's get the back of the legs nice and stretched. You can pat down the back, up the inside here. 3 times. And then let's open the shoulder blades. Come into your cat. Reach up towards your feet. Tuck the chin into the chest. Open the shoulder blades and just balance on your spine. Hopefully this feels good. Really giving a good stretch to the back of your legs. And then relax your shoulders down. Let's lengthen through the body. Full body stretch. Right arm to the right, left arm to the left. 5-pointed star. Twinkle your fingers, twinkle your toes. Reach up a little more. And take a nice big inhale, and when you exhale, bring your arms down to your sides. You can bring your legs in a little bit closer, chin to chest. And just allow yourself to melt into your final resting pose, Shavasana. And just feel a nice vibration of energy coming to you. Feel really heated up at the core of your body, your heart center. Resting your tongue behind your top 2 front teeth at the gum line, keeping your face neutral. Let it all go. Let your body incorporate everything that we just did. And then just bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe the right knee to the right shoulder, the left knee to the left shoulder. Open the throat. Feel good about that. Turning to one side, right or left side. Fetal asana. Take a moment, resting your head on your bicep. The gaze is down and in. You're gazing at your heart center, your book of answers, your book of truth. What do I really want? Am I really fulfilled in what I'm doing? What do I want more of? What do I want less of? Right? Always trust what's in your heart, even if it scares you, right? Sometimes mine scares me. You're like, really? Well, yeah, really. The universe is abundant. So are you. We are mirrors of the universe. The universe has seasons, so do we. The universe has light sides and dark sides, sun and moon. So do we. So sitting up nice and tall, plugging your tail into the earth, the yin energy, we're pumping it up through the tailbone, all the way up the spine, plugging the crown into the sun as if there is a golden thread lifting you up. Let's take a nice inhale for heart, mind, and body. Exhale down through your mind, heart, and body. I bow to you. Namaste. Thanks everybody for joining me at Yogalates, a combination of yoga and Pilates, both mind-body exercises. That's what the format is now on Thursday mornings at 8 o'clock if you join live. So let us know what you think. This comes to you based on feedback from you. So I hope this was good for you, and I will see you next week.